My number question mark is Mount Erie, now only. But this one is just painfully raw. I don't feel like I can assign a number. Also, the second half, that is, you got to be in like the right mind state for this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If I'm having a sad day, some of these songs are like
But like
9 out of 10.
you don't want to play this when you're trying to have a good time.
No, yeah, it's
not...
definitely going to bring me down.
Starting off with number 10 is the album Head Cage by Pig Destroyer. If you're into heavy shit, you're going to like it. If you've ever thought, I wonder if I'm going to like metal or death metal or grindcore, and I wouldn't recommend jumping into it with this, but it for sure stood out for me when I heard it this year.
So my number 9 is Little Baby, Harder Than Ever.
Excellent choice.
This one was like the first I really got into Lil Baby, and that fucking song with Drake really got it. And I will say,
then the one with Gunna and Uzi.
Yeah, of course. This project has a few of like my favorite songs this year. Life Goes On, and then Yes Indeed, and then even Exotic. It's got a great bunch of shit on it. Problem right off the bat, fucking too long. It's too long.
Coming in at number 9 for me is Punkin' by Maxo Cream. Having such a good, strong first half left an impression on me where this is why it came in at number 9. It's lower on the list, but it's still an overall fantastic project. If you like that trap shit that we like, this is definitely going to be right up your alley. I can recommend pretty much anything that Maxo Cream does.
Coming in at a hot number 8 for me, it's Sorority Noise, YNAAYT. The original album is better. This is so specific, you know what I mean? It's the same songs redone, but stripped down. Some songs are slightly better. Some songs are worse. I feel like overall, none of the songs are like tremendously better, so that's why it's low on my ranking.
Coming in at number hot 8 for me is Iridescence by Brockhampton. It's not going to be what you're expecting. It's good, but it's not the Brockhampton that we all love and appreciate. So that's where my score came from.
For my number 7, it's Jeff Rosenstock, Post. It's very hard to follow his last album, and it's very relatable, but yeah, it didn't do the same for me as Worry. I didn't really expect it to. It is very good overall.
Coming in at number 7 for me is a recent release that came out quick, Stokely by Ski Mask the Slump God.
Okay.
You can really hear him just step his game up. It really feels like he buckled down and wanted to make a really impressive project. If you're, like I said, if you're going to listen to a Ski Mask project this year, make it this one, because you will definitely find some rewarding treats in there.
Coming in at number 6 for me is Prof Pookie Baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good album, but like I said, I feel like it has some bad songs on it. It's an album that also, if you trimmed a little bit, it could be fantastic. And that's to be said about a lot of them, but definitely still a solid project.
Coming in at number 6 for me was Veteran by JPEG Mafia. The sounds that he creates are very industrial, very jagged sounding. Very jarring.
A lot of random samples.
It's a lot, but you can tell he's controlling it. It's almost like a rocket blast about to take off.
Number 5,
Smino
Noir.
Yeah.
The album itself is very sexy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make a baby to this shit.
Yeah.
And he has, like, such a ridiculous flow. He can sing like an angel, and then he's got, like, a really fast flow, and then just...
I'm going to have to give this album another chance.
Yeah, I recommend this one a lot.
Coming in at number 5 for me is A Gun in the Teacher's Desk by Montana of 300. Montana of 300 is probably my favorite artist that I discovered this year because he's able to blend wordplay, catchiness, good beats, fantastic lyrics, thoughtful lyrics, insightful lyrics.
Sexy lyrics.
The sexiest, dirtiest lyrics I've ever heard a rapper sing in my life have come out of Montana of 300's.
Coming in at a splendid number 4 for me, Kanye West, yay, grew on me like insanely. Yeah. Despite all the shit surrounding him, he still can make good music. You know what I mean?
Coming in at number 4 for me is actually Kids See Ghosts. It's an album that is something I've wanted for a very long time. It was executed very well, except for, some small mentions in there. And it just finishes so very, very strong with the Cuddy Montage song. I honestly think that's one of the best songs that has come out this year is Cuddy Montage.
Number 3 is Tierra Whack World. As far as like a creative project in 2018, this is the most creative thing. Every song's 1 minute long, which sounds dumb, or
it sounds like rushed, or like
rushed, or
it couldn't be executed this way by anyone else.
No, and I didn't think it could be executed well.
Taking it into number 3 is I Want to Die in New Orleans by the Suicide Boys. When you listen to it as a whole complete album, it paints this really tortured picture of just two young men and the circumstances that made them, the things they've gone through in life, which resonated with me a lot this summer. So, like I said, this was the soundtrack to my fucked up party pain.
Coming in at number 2 for me.
Valet?
Yeah, it's Valet.
Yeah,
Good
fucking
job,
Valet. You found me.
This is, like I said, an example of a shorter project ranking really high, but I completely would take Short out of the equation. Like I said,
Yeah.
if it was more songs, I think it would still be top 5 because
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of songs by him that I'm mad
And
about.
everything I've heard Valet, I fucking love.
Yeah, he's just a goddamn angel.
So coming in at number 2 for me, Pookie Baby by Prof.
Wow, I got
Yeah.
up there high.
And this album really just honed in on a lot of things that I was feeling. And so when I listened to it, it in a way mirrored what I was going through in a lot of ways, but in a lot of other ways, it also made me feel very comforted at the same time, because it's like, a Prof is familiar. He makes me feel good. I'm with my boys. We're listening to Prof. We're having a good time. And it's the mix of emotional resonance and just the fact that it's Prof that I think is why this scored so high, because it's very hard for me to listen to Prof and not give things just very, very good ratings overall. So,
all right, folks, then here it is, number
Album of the year.
1, album of the year, Saba, Care for Me. So I listened to it. I at first was like, what the fuck? Like, is this Saba? Like, it didn't even...
yeah, it just sounds so very different from
yeah,
anything you've heard
I've never
before.
really... It came out in April, and literally by May, I was like, I feel like this is already my album of the year. Yeah, I could go on for hours. It's definitely... It easily became my album of the year months ago, and I haven't stopped listening to it, and I love it.
My album of the year,
Pusha T, Daytona.
this album just did something to me this year, and I cannot sing the praises of this particular album enough, just because this was the one album that I know I played the most this year. Whenever I was out driving and doing shit this summer, threw on Daytona. Didn't know what else to listen to. Threw on Daytona. Feeling weak. Throw on Daytona.
Feeling strong.
Feeling strong.
Throw on Russ.
Feeling strong. Want to get extra strong? Daytona. Throw on some Daytona.